You already know he's in the building. I want to thank my Heavenly Father, the archangels, regular angels, my ancestors, my extended ancestors, all divine beings, all high vibrational beings, all light beings, all timelines, dimensionals, portals, past, future, present, all in all to infinity foe, etc., etc. You know, it's Christmas Eve, going into Christmas. Everybody's spirits should be up in gratitude for everything that they have, everything that they will receive, everything that they might receive, and not worrying about what they didn't receive, what didn't get, or wasn't able to give. Christmas is truly ain't about that. It should have been never made into that, but I see the beauty in it also, for the kids, the hope, the lights, the costumes, the the illusion. But it's actually the day of our Holy Savior, the blood of the sacred lamb, the only one that was able to do what none of us was able to do. And still, truly, the ones that truly pick up their cross and know the weight of it and to go to extremes are truly blessed. That is, true faith. And if y'all can't see that, for you to allow yourself to be nailed up on that cross in strength, in faith, in righteousness, it's not sacrificing yourself. It's actually living for yourself, standing for yourself, doing what's right for you and your lineage. Everybody ain't built to carry their cross, let alone to lay down on it and be lifted up on it. I know I'm controversial. I say some wild shit out my mouth, if that's how y'all figure it, or blasphemous shit out my mouth, if that's the way you see it. Perception is whatever it is. But I lost it. But it'll come back. I'm an individual, like I said, of extremes. When you say leaps of faith, oh my God, y'all just don't know. For real, for real. Y'all wouldn't believe how far I will go. And it's not even how far I will go. It's how far he will allow me to go. How far he would, or she would, or spirit would hold me, shield me, guide me, tell me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, reassuring me every step of the way, lighting that path. Oh no, you didn't fall off path. You see, yeah, keep going. Yeah, let them know about themselves. Let them know that I'm that I'm that gangster. I'm that original gangster. Do you want to talk about OG? We talk about infinite OGs on us. You one that taught Lucifer, or Lucifer sat and watched and learned from him. Like like when I be talking, like I said, the stuff that you read, as far as whatever you read, novels, history books, um, you know, biographies, things that make you think, things that, should inspire you, should spark or give some insight to something that you might not be privileged to at the time, or, not in depth in. And actually put yourself as the star. Put yourself as the co-star. Put yourself as the janitor, the waiter, the maid, the doorman. What every position for every scene, and see the multiple different outlooks and experience. You will get out from it, because what all those different aspects or different actors or positions in the scenery, when they popped up, how much they know, and experience from that knowledge, from who know what and what don't know what, and you actually see what reality actually is. What for real? You talking about on multiple levels. This is where we supposed to be at. This is and beyond this. This is just the scratch of the surface of what I just gave. When you do that, you able to have a more intimate understanding of what was portrayed from all aspects, and by seeing it from all aspects, feeling it, having an understanding from all aspects, you get a clearer aspect of even the main characters' parts. Say you just focus on them, and that's all you know is theirs. They should go forward, backwards. All the main characters, go back and start putting yourselves in the scenery, people. The, the cast, the add-ons, the background, and see how much fun you have, and see how the story stay the story, but it don't stay the story. it, for real. Like, and it's like being a kid again. It's using your imagination. Like for the people that read books, even the people that do the audio books. when y'all hear, when y'all hearing whatever genre or thing you're hearing, are you not putting faces to these characters? Are y'all not um seeing the scenery from within you? No matter how you see the scenery, even if you've never been to the place, you know something of the place, and even if you didn't, you can imagine because of the the in detail description of the layout, and also how how the storyline is going, because it gives you information. Information translates into data. Data translates into our vision in more ways than one. Right? Same thing that video games does. You actually stepping out of your reality and going into another reality and performing life things that if we was performing on an everyday basis, how great would we be? Instead of making our character in the video game that great, could we put just as much time into that could be put into ourselves? But we can't be killing monsters and doing all that. We can find other things that inspire you, that you gravitate to, that you can motivate yourself to, you know, absorb more, understand more. And then when you get bored with that, something else, even through that, it will lead you into something else that might or might not excite your peak. But there's an abundance of all types of experiences out here. And my, advice is choose all the high vibrational ones. It's easy to learn the bad ones or the low vibrational ones. If you don't want to call it bad, the low vibrational ones. But it's hard to let those shits go too. It's like a drug. Anything you do too much of or on a constant, it's an addiction. Eating every day is the addiction. And that's just a fact. Like, but God is the greatest gift of everything. Because without him, nothing will be, or she, or spirit, nothing will be. If it wasn't for that all knowing, all eternal, all embodying, all being, the being of beings. Like, it's not hard to explain. It's just, you know, it's like it falls on deaf ears. All the gangster stuff that you feel is hard, you feel that the devil is doing, or you know, the big bro or the big homie or whatever on on the set, you know, in whatever area, making moves, doing power moves. But are any of them really safe? Truly safe? Do not shit happen to the lower, to the mid, to the top, within itself, but yet it's supposed to be working together for itself, let alone the outside, you know, competition. If that, if y'all seeing it that way. When God is so gangster where everybody eats, nobody get hurt, everybody family prospers, everybody family lineage have the greatest of everything. That's a hell of a Christmas gift, yo. I just wish we could, all agree to receive it. Worldly, for real, we have we've been given the greatest gift all, of all, of all, the chance to do anything, be anything, to the greater cause of everything. And we don't choose to do it. But yet we want everything. But everything is already ours if we just receive it. That fame, that fortune, that recognition, that influence, that basically we all crave. That, like, for instance, ask any well-known star, legendary star, filthy rich star, are they truly able to walk around comfortably without having to look over their shoulder or have some type of security with them at all times? Ask them. Very few could do that. Why? They no different from from any other star, but yet some are able to do it and some are not. Why? I know why, but I need you to think about that, you know. But if all of us are stars and we all shining, ain't that more beautiful than anything? That's like right now, we, if you able and you got clear, beautiful skies where you don't have, smog and whatever else that's up there that's, messing up our view from actually seeing the heavens or, you know, our solar system, the astrology around our little speck of dust in the vastness of foreverness. It's just like I said, it's just so vast, man. And then, like I just said, a speck of dust in the vastness of everything. But yet, the jewel, we the center, we the focal point of all. But yet, we claim to know it. Or are we being it? Look around, people. Look around. Smell the shit that we standing in, that we all allowed to, you know, be put down wherever it was put down, and ignored it, and have been ignored it, and ain't willing to start cleaning it up. Right? Oh, that's what I'm saying with the different religions, and not even just different religions, with the books. You know, now the Christian Bible, or the King James Bible, or I believe the Baptist and whatever. I'm not gonna say I've been through all, but like I said, I believe all are saying the same thing. All right, in the Quran or whatever, or even other books, that like how we have for the Bible, that created that one book. If I'm wrong, please forgive me. Like I said, I am not a scholar on all religions, but this is something that is in my head. The way it is in my head, and if it is wrong, please, I tip my hat in respect, in ignorance, and you know, you can tap me in the shoulder and like, yo, if come talk to me, and I could fill you in on some more details and find out what you came to find out, however you found out, without actually going into or being around a person that I'm not saying I haven't been around Muslims or whatever, but never got into that you know type thing, right? But through other individuals and reading and exploring, there's legends that the devil wasn't an angel. He was some type of jinn, or at least, that's the terminology you have. He's made of smoke and fire. And he wasn't, you know, the number one angel. He was a entity or a jinn that worshipped, you know, looked up to, constantly gave reverence. I could say constantly gave reverence, and was picked up and included into being in the heavenly realms, and was given, great honor for the great honor that he gave, or he cultivated from where he was until he got up there close to it. But, the Creator know all things, so he knew, even if nobody else knew, that this jinn will eventually, betray him to whatever, we at to this point. And then having that little understanding, like from the Dead Sea Scrolls and stuff like that, um, the book of the Great Pyramid, and a lot of other stuff, little insights of, you know, of everything that help fill in blanks, like the Bible, which we all, you know, have a controversy on it. Oh, the Bible is man-made. It is, but no, it is, but it's godly inspired. And but it's actually 66 books. That's also true. So if you do have that knowledge, it means also acquire or try to acquire those books or that information to be able to, you know, expand whatever your doubts or, you know, confirm so. Right? But I gotta make a run. You have a blessed Christmas. Know God is everything. Know that He's with y'all. He's changing mindsets. He's changing circumstances. He even bringing the wicked back into the fold when, you know, they truly are broken and ready to, walk through the fire. All right? Y'all enjoy.